everybody. And I don't know why you can't see me. That's why. Hello, everybody. Sorry we're very late on air. We've been having major problems with everything again today as usual. Ian Birch alongside me, the commentary box, the cars just coming up to the grid. I'll adjust that so we can see us both. Basic coverage for this one, but still it's going to be a good one. What's your thoughts then about Formula 2 in Spain?
Welcome to Studio 3. We haven't used this for a long time.
Indeed, long time. But we're getting ready. Pole position, Callum Williams. Yeah.
There's still your Coke cans under the table.
Yeah, it's Callum Williams on pole position as well. And just getting the YouTube chat up and stand by. Yeah, we're here. Pole sitter, although Callum Williams stalled on the grid. So it's Jake Hughes who takes pole position. Poitier alongside. Follow them by Drugovich. Awasha as well. Sargent, Druvala, Vesti all coming up. And they're just coming out now to take the last corner positions as well. Is it going to be a dramatic race? That's the question. I'm expecting safety cars.
Well, it's already dramatic because the pole sitter put it on the start of the formation lap, he stalled. So we haven't had that for a couple of years.
Green flag at the back. Red lights will be coming on. We have 3. We have 4. We have 5. And in Formula 2, we're racing. Bad start from Poitier. It's going to be a better start for Awasha, who moves to the inside line. Down towards turn 1, though. It's definitely going to be Jake Hughes who has the advantage. We can't even see the cars in this TV picture because they haven't reached there yet. There we go. And already is that Drugovich. Drugovich making a position up to the lead. He started this race down in 4th position, and by turn 1, he's leading it. Great stuff.
Yeah, you were saying about the drone being a brilliant acquisition, and it misses the cars.
Yeah, I take it back. It's 26 laps ahead of us as well. We're just going to adjust this now for the sprint races. They all come charging through further back as well. Got the commentary alongside. No drama so far. No sign of contact, which is good news as they head downhill in towards turn 5. The Seat corner. Looking around the outside. Poitier begins to drop back. Vesti looking up the inside as well. But it's a clean start. And we haven't actually called a Formula 2 race together before as well. We haven't actually watched one together this season yet. So this will be fun as they come through. And hopefully you can see us and hear us clearly.
Fun.
Yeah, we say mainly drama, isn't it?
Yeah, drama. Everyone should have seen this before they start.
Oh, it was chaotic.
He was chaotic.
Moving further back as well. Druvala trying to go right round the outside. And Hughes passing Poitier as well. Poitier's going to go on the inside though. Hughes goes a little bit too deep down at turn 10. But the biggest winner, indeed, Drugovich, up 3 places on the start. And there's more contact side by side on the inside as I desperately also try and get some notes up as they come down to the bit positions. Poitier though dropped down to 4th position. Drugovich up 3, Awasha up 3, Sargent up 3 as well. Poitier down 1. Hughes has dropped 3 places as well. Of course, you remember he started back in the grid. And here's the timing screen now working. It's Drugovich from Awasha, Sargent, Hughes, Druvala, Poitier, Vips, Vesti as well. And as they come down, Novalak and Haug have dropped back in the field as well as they all coming down towards turn number 1. Clean start so far, and that's a big one. That's Yuri Vips looking up the inside of Poitier as well, but smoke bullying from the back.
Anyone who missed the qualifying for this, Vips, who'd been he'd been driving a Formula 1 car yesterday, changed his suit, got into the other car, and was actually last, and had 1 lap left, and he put it second.
Looking good so far. Then it's come through. Yeah, brilliant stuff from Poitier to at least put it up into P2 as well as it comes down. Let's take another look at this then. This is down at turn 14, 15 chicane. Roy Nazani's gone for a spin and he's brought out the yellow flags down at the chicane. Has he stalled it? No, he hasn't. So he's gone back to green. And now this is Theo Poitier nearly getting run off the track by Yuri Vips and a little bit of debris flying off the side of the track there.
Nazani and Poitier and people like that, and especially Drugovich, been in this for so many years now, the F2 and F3.
Yeah, so many now, yeah. It's a question of how long they actually going to remain there. Yeah.
It's getting like MotoGP where, in Moto 2 and Moto 3, people make the whole careers in F2. Obviously, if you win F3, you have to move up to F2. Or somewhere else. And if you win F2, you can't race in it.
Just been told. There we go. So, Paul Sitter, as we said, stalled on the grid and will start from the pit lane. Van Aanstort's racing. Jake Hughes lines up in P2. Theo Poitier starts 3rd as well, but now has dropped back as well as things currently stand. And working on a bus mixer that's got no cough button as well. So, even I've needed to cough before as well. On here, just got to take the headsets off, I suppose, as they all race back through. And let's take a look at the start again then. Watch then, it was a poor start from Poitier, didn't get the launch that he needed, it just sort of bogged down. And then further back as well.
It's for Pourchaire in English.
Yes,
For
yeah.
Pourchaire.
Great start from Drugovic, and this is what we missed as well. Drugovic pulls to the inside line on the way down towards turn one, and he already had the corner before we came into it. So brilliant start from Felipe Drugovic. Really
What I
making the
like
most
about
there.
the lower formulas and the W series is that it's only set up. The cars are all the same. It's only set up and a few little
Yeah.
things on F2 cars that can be changed. And it's a great show of driving ability, a bit like the Renault Clio series and the Porsche series. You know, it's all about the drivers.
Pourchaire made a good start and then had immediately a worse start than what we predicted as well. I have 10 windows across 2 screens. There's a massive delay on Viaplay, says Synthel as well. And Boschung has withdrawn from the weekend that practice session due to a neck bane. For anyone wondering why there are only 21 drivers yet, there should be a 22nd out there. But don't wait for the feature race tomorrow. Fine, yeah.
He did it in practice. It was for the Miami Grand Prix.
Yes,
and,
yeah.
He thought it would recover, but he still was unsafe to drive.
And
so.
that's what's caused the problems here this weekend as well. We're just trying to keep an eye on everything on the road circuits as well. Trying to get my Formula 2 data notes up as well. Awasha has done a 1:37, 1:67, then fast up of the race so far. But Drugovic leads the way. It's lap 4 out of 26 here for the Grand Prix of Spain's Formula 2 round of the championship. This is the sprint race. Tomorrow's the feature, and we'll be back in our main box for the feature tomorrow as well.
Jack Doohan in 8th place, Pourchaire just in front of him, Vips in front of him. This is all about, it's 26 laps, and it's all about your tyre strategy.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just go for it.
Have to have a plan. Have to think about long term.
A bit like we were saying in Formula E, where you have to not only save your tyres, but you have to save your
Sargent.
energy.
Sargent, we can't hear him, unfortunately. That was an oversight, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sargent has his fair share of mishaps up to now this weekend.
We could have actually played the radio if we thought about it, because I've got a lead to do it. But oh well, never matter. As they come through again, just let us know if we're streaming okay as they come through. And the media release here was pretty boring, actually, compared to normal.
Do they know that Megan isn't with us because she's on American radio?
Yeah, Megan's on American radio as things currently stand as well.
She got the long straw.
Yes, and I'd just like to point out as well that commentary box. It's got no TV pictures. It's only got timings, and Matthew Owens, who's doing us a solid favour right now, it's turned into a radio broadcast in the commentary box. And then, massive favour there.
You know what?
Sargent diving up the inside of Awasha into turn one. Sargent trying to go for second. Awasha shuts the door in that first part of the track as well. Couldn't even find a way through there.
Where's
and
the TV?
Close.
Where's the TV pictures? Peacock was supposed to be provided.
Yeah, and it's not working. So Megan's got no data in there bar an iPad with the track map going around, and as she can see that. So the viewers are listening to Matthew Owens doing a beautiful description. So Matt, you are a legend for saving us for the next 90 minutes while we do Formula 2 here in Spain for the feature race, and we'll be back in our normal box for this tomorrow as well, and Synthel will be back with me for this one. But Drugovic as well put out 1.2 seconds already over Awasha. Sargent in third. 2 seconds back, but Nazani with that spin now 27 seconds back and already 15 seconds away from Callum Williams, who started from the pit lane after stalling on the grid.
Well, that is true. Stalling on the grid, but he was pole position for a reason.
Yeah, only because of a penalty. Because
of the penalty.
Yes, that's the only reason he got pole position. Let's take a look then as the chat comes through. You are good on streaming side. Yeah, Megan has lost iPad track map again. Oh no. Megan, I'm sorry. Matthew Owens there has got full pictures, so he's taking you through that as well. So at least we're in good hands there as well.
Peacock should work.
Yeah, it's not been there, and it's disappointing. So hopefully we'll have that fixed shortly when I finish. As soon as we finish the race here, by the way, it's going to be one of the shortest streams we've ever done. But Formula 2 will go straight into IndyCar again. We've got a slipstream battle going on down here as well as is that Drugovic? I think no, this is Yuri Vips trying on the inside of Druvela in towards turn one. Leg to the brakes, gets it all squared up. I thought he was going to go right to the side there of Druvela.
Nice braking actually to avoid that. Yuri is very good at that sort of thing.
Yeah, nicely done as they keep up and back on the accelerator. Megan's drawn the short straw into the fact that she's got the whole commentary box to herself.
Well, I say it's the long.
Oh,
we've got to
Vips has
spin
spun!
with Vips.
Vips has spun and he's put it into the gravel.
Yeah, and just to emphasise the fact that
He
anybody
speeched
who's
it.
just been watching the Formula One, Charles Leclerc, who's pole position in Formula One, did something very, very similar at this track.
Yeah, spun it,
earlier
yeah.
on, about an hour ago, half an hour ago.
That's going to be a safety car. Has to be, because it's stuck right the outside of turn 3. So Vips is out of the race. He's beached it. Can't see it be a virtual. So full safety car coming. Let's take a look. He just lost the rears, as far as I know. Into turn 4,
And
Repsol.
so did Charles, and it was one of those things.
Oh.
If you get
Yeah, just
if
lost
you
it
get too
backwards.
much energy on the accelerator, it doesn't. You're pushing the car to its limit all the time. So look, he knows it was
Yeah.
his mistake.
Oh, he's throwing his hands up in the air as well.
And
Safety car, is it? I'm not sure. Drives to follow safety car.
it's also like when you take a Premiership goalkeeper and put him in a lower league side.
Yeah.
Right, it takes a few games and a few training sessions for him to get used to the fact that it's all about anticipation, and so it is in driving as well. Yuri was driving a Formula One car yesterday, and for a split second there, his mind was possibly in the other car.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and that means that your braking in this car is at a different position in the track to the Formula One cars.
So Yuri Vips being told to stay in the car as well.
Personally, I just think he overcooked it.
Yeah, he's lost the rears. And with these no power steering cars as well. Let's.
Here's Yuri's explanation, which we can't hear.
He just says, "I'm so sorry, and I don't know what happened there as well." As he
Well,
comes
we
through.
do, Yuri, but very good weekend. You not only managed to make your debut, but in Formula One this weekend in the practice session, but you also managed to become one of those few people
Yeah.
who actually got a disciplinary action
guess,
on
yeah.
them on your debut in practice.
Right, I've turned up the television volume, so if we hear anything,
He was blocking. Who did he block? It wasn't Lewis, was it?
No, it was
Alonso.
It was Alonso. Yeah, blocked Alonso on the back. Yeah. So safety car is out. I'm getting a lot of complaints about not being able to see. So hang on. There you go. Now you can see my face if I swap the headset round.
Who wants to see your face?
Oh, I've had a couple of people message me saying that we can't actually see you. You're getting exploited by your microphone. So there you go. They can see you because you look at me like that. So it's just
I don't look at you.
because you look at me like that, they can see you, and they're not looking when they can't see me. So I just got to turn that round for the side
So
camera.
there's Yuri getting out of his car. Commentator's kiss, I suppose. I was
You're
talking him up.
talking, yeah.
Because he
literally
is a
talking about
very,
it.
like Pocher and Drugovic, they are very exciting young drivers. And I love to look at the onboards and watch how they cope with these sort of things. Fernando Alonso has still got problems with his shoulder from keeping his hands on the
Yes,
wheel in the crash in, I think, Australia.
Yeah, back in 2016. Yeah, it sort of dislocated something. Didn't it?
No, I mean the
healed
crash
wrong. Yeah.
this year in Australia.
Oh, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still got that strap in on his shoulder when he's not driving.
Look at that, Vips
Possibly.
getting out of the car and putting his hands on top of the halo as well. He knows what he's lost there. A good opportunity to get points. Stewards have said it's a 10-second time penalty for car 25
Correa.
of Cordeal in Formula
Is
2.
it Cordeal?
Yeah, down there, look, 16th. Out of position at safety car line, so that's a slam dunk. So he's going to come in and
Is that
serve
how he got fastest lap, or
Possibly, yeah.
no? He is. No, sorry, that's
That's
just the
investigation,
investigation sign. It's all right. The TV pictures in here are roughly half the size as the ones.
Yeah,
in
they're
the
not.
other place.
Yeah, it is. This is a 20-inch screen. The one in the garage is a 40-inch. So we're struggling to see it a little bit. 10 seconds stop go penalty for Correa out of the position of safety car line 1. It's been confirmed now as well. So Josh keeping us up to date. Safety car should be in there this lap because that car's going to go back behind the very new gravel trap down at turn 4. Since I've been there as well, back in 2019, they've extended that wall backwards.
Well, they've also put this new podium in
Yeah, really weird new
the
podium.
shape of the track.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. Can you imagine one like
No,
Singapore?
it is new.
It is new, yeah.
It's new this year.
Imagine a Singapore one that would be sticking out every direction. Or Sepang's one where it used to loop back on itself. Well, that'd be insane. But I suppose a flat track like this, we can see it below. Look, just below us.
They
Is
should
what it
let
could be.
they should let Rachel drive this car this weekend.
She's good, isn't she?
I did notice though, whenever you look at this in Formula 2, right? He's on his own.
Yeah.
Where's
Where is
Peter, isn't it?
Yeah, Peter, alongside Burt Malander and the safety car. He's not there.
Bert's though, but no Peter.
And it is the Aston Martin safety car this weekend as well, which is nice to see. And I feel sorry. Megan's literally, I can already envision it. When I get back in there, Megan's going to give me the death stare.
Well.
But I must say, Matthew Owens and Megan Burge, I owe you
You don't
a
have
stream.
to worry about Megan's death stare. It's when Megan starts
Yeah.
throwing things at you. And there's an awful lot to throw in there.
As soon as I've...
Including footballs from the from a World Cup of about 16 years ago. 16 years ago.
Josh Plays, I think, is also...
Germany.
I think also Josh Plays deserves a well done and thank you, because he's keeping an eye look on Megan's stream. There's the radio. There we are. And he's keeping across on race controls and the IndyCar sessions as well. So Josh Plays deserves it as well.
He's very good at technical stuff, he is.
Absolutely. And I'm surprised we haven't got the safety car in this lap, actually, that it stayed out there. It's a 45-minute race, plus one lap, or whichever comes first. So it shouldn't take that long to get back in. Coverage details for you, by the way. Tomorrow we've got hopefully, fingers crossed, a better day of coverage for IndyCar. A safety car is coming this lap. We've got the last road qualifiers and the Fast 12. Tomorrow is when we find out who is going to be on pole position for IndyCar.
Does that get hot?
No. No, that doesn't get hot. He's talking about the power bank, by the way. One thing that will get hot, though, is my lead for the bus mixer, which is underneath the laptop of Megan. So sorry about that. That will get hot. It's Megan's laptop camera. We need more equipment. This is a very quick setup that I discovered we could do at, 2 o'clock this afternoon, just before qualifying?
Yeah, I don't know. You come in and you
I say all these technical bits.
You say all these things and I just ignore you.
It works, though. I mean, it's got it working as well.
Not really.
Why? This has worked quite well in the end.
Well, I've been asleep for the last 3 laps.
It's the safety car's fault. Right, Burt Malander's going to bring the safety car in. Drugovic, Awasha, Sargent, Hughes, Druvela, Pocher, Doohan as well. Vesti, Fittipaldi, Lawson, Armstrong, Vashaw, followed then as well by Novalak, Hauger, Bassi, followed by Caldwell, Sato, Williams, Nazani and Vips. Out of the race, obviously, Vips. But I realised I haven't got my glasses on, so I was wondering why the TV picture wasn't as sharp. Although this isn't, of course, in the better quality as in the garage.
And anybody who is actually likes to see people like Natalie and Rachel rage road, if you have Sky coverage anywhere in the world, they will be on tomorrow.
Safety car is in, and Josh Plays has asked.
With Danny Rick and Lando.
Josh says you've got the baby bus mixer. Yeah, it is the baby bus mixer with better headsets this time around. Right, green flag is back out. We are racing here in the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. It's a good restart from Drugovic as well. A washer trying to get in the slipstream. Hasn't managed it down towards turn 1. Sargent holding the back as well. Hughes coming in, and nobody looks like they're going to make a move into turn 1. Washer thought of it, but he's too far back. He's got to defend, actually, from Logan Sargent, who's just alongside as well. So it's all getting quite chaotic out there.
Very, very good. Drugovic still leading. He's nearly... in fact, now he has got a second lead.
That's
He's
impressive.
Got a 1 second lead. You know, and it's over Sargent, it's nearly 1.5 seconds. It is 1.5 seconds.
That's really impressive on this restart alone. He got a great launch at that last corner and just zipped straight there.
He is a brilliant young driver. His skill is different. The way he drives is different to, say, Pocher.
Yeah.
Who is more of a natural driver, whereas Drugovic is more of a technical driver.
I am just constantly checking my messages, though, because if Megan says something as well, and she texted me 25 minutes ago saying, my time has just been messed up, help. That was 25 minutes ago. I did go in and fix it before the start. So no worries there. Callum Williams then is moving up a couple of positions, but Nizani had that spin. That's why he's lost out of it. And I'm not looking directly at you lot, by the way. I know I would like to, as we used to do, but the timing screen's on the same laptop page. I'm having to really squint to see, because I'm looking at the same stream.
Liam Lawson has managed to get 6 places up into 10th position now.
That's impressive.
He's New Zealander, Kiwi? Or is he Aussie?
Kiwi.
I
New
thought he
Zealander.
was.
Yeah. as they come through. And of course, Pourchaire, the only one this year to do back-to-back wins. Of course, he won the feature race in Bahrain and then won the feature race last time out in, I want to say, Imola. And Cordeel's in the pits. That's his service 10-second penalty as well. As there is Theo Pourchaire with Doohan just behind him in the battle. Dragovic just ahead of him. Or is that Drew Valar? No, Dragovic leads. Drew
I'm just
Valar.
trying to think whether or not his dad, Jack Doohan's dad, actually raced round here in superbikes. I think he would have done.
Josh has said as well, that means one of you, Probs Josh, is on the 5mm jack and the other is on the 2 track. No, we've actually got an XLR splitter. And that's why we're using the Audio Technicas, because do you remember when we tried this in W Series last year? There was a horrible feedback and there was horrible things. That's because we were using 2 different power supplies off one bus mixer. So Megan in the garage, you might know, she's got Dad's headset and we've got the Audio Technicas in here. So we're both on XLRs, but we've just got splitters and a 3.5 headset.
That's
splitter
probably why
for
I'm
things.
uncomfortable if I'm on an XLR.
You've got the big comfy chair. I don't know what you're on about. It's gone very dark outside the commentary box. We would have the window open, but it created too much things. So again, I'm stuck in a commentary box, and again, it feels like I'm in a dungeon. So still, never mind.
You've got to be cool like me.
It is. Well, we've got the window open with a nice backdraft, so it's quite nice. You've got the door as well, I think as well. Right, we're watching Jack Doohan in the Virtuosi Racing as well, holding off Frederick Vest in the ERT. So Jack Doohan's just ahead. He's in the blue car, in the white car as well.
For those of you listening in black and white.
Yeah, that doesn't help. For those of you listening in black and white, that's brilliant. As they come back through as well. And Iwasa, fastest third sector as well. So he still hasn't got the fastest lap, but he's beginning to close that gap down as we head to halfway of this race coming up. That 13 next up.
I liked it in one of the testing sessions where the car was actually a different colour depending on which position the sun was in, because it was one of those metallic ones. Who did that? Was it? I think it was.
Vips had one of the metallic, didn't he, as well? I can't remember. I think it was Vips, wasn't it? Early on in the season, he had that type of car.
1 minute it looked a bit greenish, and then dark blue, and
the camouflage car. I think it is Vips,
like
but it's gone silver. Yeah, it's gone back to silver.
I remember Dan having a Capri like that.
He had that up at the thing, didn't he?
Yeah.
I thought he did. Yeah, I'll put the lighthouse where he works. Right, let's run through the order again because you can still see it, but the commentary chat is actually helping out a lot today. Cordeal has served his 10-second penalty as well. He's dropped down now to from 16th to the back of the field in 20th as things stand as well.
But he is still doing better than Vips.
Yeah, he was going to be punching himself all night as well. And Vips, I think, is a very up-and-down driver at the moment, isn't he? He can have great races and then the next race it's a terrible
he's got a
one.
lot of talent, but sometimes he wants to impress too much.
Yeah.
And that comes with experience, and you saw it in Formula One when Charlie came in.
Yeah.
He was a bit over enthusiastic. Max was greatly enthusiastic and made a lot of mistakes in his first season, but also won races in his first season, and so I think Charles did as well.
Race control, DRS enabled finally. That's taken a long time.
You've got to look past the mistakes, and what the team principals are looking for in these Formula 2 and Formula 3 is somebody who's prepared to go for a move. And even if it doesn't come off, and even if it puts them out, it means that they had the intelligence to go for that move. But also it works the other way, because if they think, some of them are, that was a bit green, that was you shouldn't have gone for that move. Whereas Vips just overcooking it isn't a problem.
Yeah.
Even the top guys like Charlie Leclerc can do that.
He did it in qualifying, number 2, didn't he? Or was it it was Q3, wasn't it? First one in Q3, yeah. And
how did his brother do this morning?
Arta finished 4th after starting 7th. Yeah,
I thought he'd done really well this morning.
Really great job. And I'll tell you what, this, I'm sure you thought as well, this weekend would be incredibly more simple than when we duck around doing MotoGP, Formula 1, British Touring Cars. We've had more problems streaming on this one weekend in Spain than we have in any other. So it's been a bit chaotic. And also, we're commentating with no notes because we've got they haven't worked out. The
And it
printer's
is
got no ink.
possible. This is where we used to do the recordings for the post shows.
Yes.
This is possible today because
Sky.
the Sky Mini Box.
Yeah, so Sky Mini Box means what we can put it on. Oh, move going
You
on
can put
further
it
back
in
as
any
well.
room.
No, that's for sure. For sure, the inside passing Novalak, and that's Cordial passing Bollock Bassi further back as well. So, so Bollock Bassi down to 16th, Caldwell up into 15th position, and there's a move further back as well. I think Callum Williams made a move on Menino Sato, whose father, so far, could take pole position in Indy 500. Reminder, you can listen with the timing screens in operation on the YouTube as well. Matthew Owens and Megan Burge commentating on USRN and on the YouTube stream. And when I get back in the box, we will have Driver Tracker back in operation, I can tell you. So don't worry. This is only for another half a race that we've got to suffer.
Isn't it something like Bolokowski or something?
But I always say Bollock Bassi, but if it's Bollock Bassi, yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Josh Play says, I love the Sky Q Minis. I think we all do. It's made today possible, isn't it? Because that worked out.
You used to like the strawberry minis.
Still do. Give me an ice cream. But we worked out, didn't we? Megan wouldn't be using this box, so we may as well take it downstairs and set it up. And I realised you didn't as come through. Nizani.
I wonder whether that's why she can't get Peacock.
No, it's something with the laptop. I think it's because it's not connected to Ethernet, so it's not registering it. But the Wi-Fi was working, so I'll get back in there and figure it out. Because the Ethernet's connected to Megan's laptop, which is streaming this race.
Can we push that in?
Yeah. So come through.
Thank you.
You would have seen the picture that we're on, but we haven't used Megan's camera because at the last second we were going to use my phone and it didn't work. Right, first time up now. The battle. Oh, further back at the front as well. Dragovic. That's that's Clement Novalak passing Richard Verschoor for 12th position. So Novalak goes ahead into 12th, Verschoor down to 13th. Sato battling with Nizani. Nizani has got back up into 18th place as things stand as well. And Clement Novalak for MP Motorsport having a great weekend so far. Yes, he's down in 12th, but for the feature race tomorrow, he's quite high up on the grid.
Roy Nizani is struggling, I think, today.
The little owl has just pointed out that Marino Sato is not related to Takuma Sato. I always thought he was. Wow.
I personally thought he was his nephew.
I thought nephew. Oh, okay. Well, if he's not related, that's a remarkable coincidence.
It could be like,
like Garcia's.
The Garcias.
Yeah.
Sato might be Jones or Smith in Japanese.
All right. Well, in that case, then I will just like to point out I'll claim that what I said before was a plug for the qualifying.
Are they sure? Because I'm sure that the
I trust the little owl.
The IndyCar.
Even IndyCar said it was me. Yeah, said it. They could have made the same mistake as me, though.
Yeah. Well, I don't really care. It's a nice thing to know, yes or no. Thank you for that.
He's not related to Formula One driver Takuma Sato. Wow, I thought he was. How about that then?
It did bother me when I thought he was his nephew.
It's literally the biggest thing he says on his driver page. He's not related to Formula One driver Takuma Sato. Bit of smoke blowing back there.
Because Takuma, I know he had 2 kids, didn't he?
He did, and they would have been right about the same age, which is why I thought it was. But no, Marino Sato is not related to Takuma.
Because Nizani is the son of a Formula driver as well.
He is, and I've got my Pirelli preview back.
I think he's the only other one in the thing, unless you know that Jack Doohan's dad was Superbike champion.
Yeah, Mick.
World champion.
Yeah, Jack Doohan is Mick Doohan's son.
Multi-champion.
Yeah, and of course Doohan decided 4 wheels instead of 2, and Mick agreed.
I think Mick has done his fair share of 4 wheels as well.
Yes, he has. Yeah, he's done what Van Dealer did as well, and I'm really disappointed that.
Australian viewers and listeners will know better. I'm sure that he's done. Quite a lot of them do. Quite a lot of the celebrity cooks in this country have a little go at things like the Renault Clio and things like that.
Josh said, do you need me on a slot for Indy 500? I'll be in race control. I can't because it's USRN. I can't drag you in. We're stuck. Matt's doing it as well, so we're stuck on their service. I can't drag you in because I'm on a call with them on USRN. Sorry, Josh. But I'll drag you in if there's nothing going on. I'll find a way and I'll drag you in. So just stay in race control. 10 laps to go then at the moment. Dragovic leads 2.1 second advantage to Awasha. Sargent holding off in third place as well. He's 8/10 behind Awasha, and that's the battle we're watching at now. Because joining in now as well, the fight is on as they exit the last corner. And again, more smoke as they cross the start line as well. And can't tell who that's from as Porcher gets a bit there. And looking at the side, there's Dennis Hauger.
It's one of those things at this track that you get a lot of brake heating up and fires. Mr. Schumacher
figures out that. Oh, side by side up the inside of the. Oh, that would be fantastic if that move could come off as well. Mainly on the brakes. That didn't work off. So Nazani, that's Callum Williams in 17th and Bollock Bassi in 16th can't find a way through. So that's a disappointment. Bollock Bassi holding the position, defending well. Say again?
Maluko Bassi.
Maluko Bassi, is that his name?
Well, it's better than the one you're saying. Anyway, anybody who doesn't know, didn't see it, Mick's brakes had a disastrous effect
in practice 3,
on themselves and decided to disintegrate.
Both sides as well, more on the right than the left, but the brake
the right hand side
crucial,
of the car was very badly damaged at the back there, but luckily that back end can be just removed and put back on.
We're also being informed.
They always keep a few of the bolt-on parts all set up with the other bits.
For what happened to Max Verstappen as well, we're understanding that it is actually a problem with the engine, so they're double checking it. That's the latest news that I just got sent to me, so we'll know more in the race show tomorrow.
Yet again, reliability. I mean, Frederica, her husband, at the back end of last season, at the last race, he turned round and said to Ted that would be Max's only things because
reliability, only championship because it's not reliable.
Because the car won't be reliable next year. Don't know how he knew, but he was right, wasn't he?
Bang on,
right?
And it follows the pattern. If Max doesn't finish the race, if Max doesn't win tomorrow, he'll probably retire because this year it's been victory or nothing. It's won 3 out of the 5.
The thing is, you usually win the championship by getting second places as well.
Yeah, but Max
isn't doing that at the moment because it's not his fault. It's the reliability of his car.
Callum Williams is back up the inside. He's got back ahead of Bollock Bassi as well and nearly went into the back of Roy Nazani for good measure out of that last couple of corners. So they've switched over positions. We've completed 17 laps of the 26. We're on lap 18 and that's what the timing graphic is showing if you're wondering as well. And thanks to everyone for staying with us. I know it's not exactly the greatest watch-along we could offer you, with it being in a different commentary box, but I think everybody has already said that they tune in for the commentary more, so that's a nice feature as well. So thanks everybody for joining. Megan and Matt are on radio only with some visuals of the timing screens on the other side of the commentary box as well. So good luck to them. And it's getting very dark in the UK after
that was the position. That corner, the little left corner.
Yeah, the chicane
was what did Charlie.
Yeah.
Earlier on, Charles Leclerc.
And now one ball with Clement Novalak chasing down Marcus Armstrong for 11th place down towards turn 1. Novalak in P12 and can't find a way through. That's the smoke. I think I've worked out where it's coming from. The skid on the floor as well. It's scraping away and it's creating the blue smoke because the wood's getting worn away. The wooden plank that sits underneath the car to keep the ride height level and to protect the floor of the car as well. They put a little chunk of wood on. I've got something around here to demonstrate with. That's the worst thing I could pick up. Why I've got that, I don't know. It's like that actually. So a little bit of wood underneath. So that's the floor of the car, and that's the plank. It just sits underneath so that the plank gets worn away and doesn't damage any of the floor.
But it also has little gradation marks.
Yes.
Graduation marks.
Graduation marks.
Gradation marks. Radial marks. When it goes to assessment at the end of the race.
Yeah. If it fails that height.
If it fails the height mark, then you're disqualified.
Yes, that is completely true, yeah.
And I do believe that early on in the season...
That did happen.
That one of the Red Bulls actually got very close to that.
Yes, it did, yeah. And I think wasn't it Perez?
Yeah.
I want to say Perez,
I think it was Perez, yeah.
So coming through already then on this lap of the race, we're on lap 20, so 7 laps to go. The race has flown by.
I think
completely,
I think they got out of it because the mark at the back was better than the mark at the front.
Yes, yeah.
Or the other way round.
Druvela now on the back of Hughes down towards turn 1, pulls the outside line, and he's taken Jake Hughes. So Hughes drops down into 5th position, and Druvela, sorry.
I'm surprised Jake's not in IndyCar or NASCAR.
I'm surprised not the 500 this weekend. Surprised not to see him. I thought I would have, to be fair.
I thought he'd go that way.
Yeah. So they come back through. Hopefully everyone's enjoying.
Because he's one of those nice talented drivers that really hasn't got an opening. That wasn't he with Williams at one point?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
And he got a few thingy drives.
Yes.
He's a talent, and he should be racing higher than F2.
Can I just point out to the 35 people who are listening to Megan and Matt right now on the YouTube stream, you are absolutely fantastic for watching that time screen. The pictures will be back open soon as well. So well done to all of the 35 people who are still watching on there as well. And more people are watching that than us. Just to point out, more people watching them than us. Which I think I'll take. So well done, Megan and Matt, for covering.
I only expect me and you to be watching. It's a bonus if there's.
It's a bonus everybody else watching, yeah, as they come through. So Drugovich leads, a washer from Sargent, Drugovich, Hughes, Pourchaire, Doohan as well, Vesti, Fittipaldi and Lawson in the top 10.
And this is where you've got to go for it. 5 laps to go, right? If you're in anywhere between 8 and above, this is where you've got to go for it. But you've got your tyres are now wearing out.
Oh, Pourchaire thinks about the move on the inside of Hughes into turn 1, pulls to that inside line, gets the position done. Did he come off the exit? Yes, he did. Pourchaire up into 5th place, Hughes down to 6th, and Hughes is struggling out there because look, Doohan's on him already.
Theo's injury put him back about 8 months.
Yeah,
and he's only just starting to be the driver that he was when he was 16.
Yeah, and he's getting quicker, he's getting faster.
When he was 16,
as well,
people were, including me, were thinking, "Wow, this guy's got something that a lot of drivers will never have." He's got ability, he's got a brain on him, and he's got the courage to go for things and make sure that they stick.
Just saying, Josh Plays has said, I think it's one of the best Indy 500 quality watch-alongs currently on, even though it's not the best. Well, doesn't that just prove our commentary pulling power, the team of Megan and Matt in the box? I'll be joining them shortly as well. We're not going to do the podium from F2. I'm going to save Megan the pain. We're going to go quick off and get back to that box and get everything set up as well for that. But it won lap 21 of 26. We're about to start lap 22. Which we've just done so. Drugovich leads 2.5 seconds, and he has had a commanding one. Starting 4th, launched up the field, taken the lead, and even with a safety car restart, by turn 4, he pulled a 1.5 seconds, as you pointed out earlier. He's been insane, hasn't he?
Yeah, Drugovich is really matured into a fantastic young driver.
As down towards turn 1 as well. Hughes going defensive. Doohan just slips around the outside like he wasn't there. Hughes' tyres are absolutely done. And that is for sure. And you can't defend it really, can you? It's done.
No, he couldn't.
No, he couldn't. No, you're right there. So Hughes now under pressure from Vesti and Fittipaldi. And now Lawson moves into the top 10. So they're all coming to play for the party. Up the inside again, trying to find the way through. Can't find the way through at Repsol at turn 4. So, and Hughes is so struggling out there as well. He's actually pulled out of the way as up the inside. Vesti on the inside at turn 5 and say I can't find a way through. Hughes is a liability out there now.
Enzo's in 9th. He's just behind Vesti, and he could actually be making a play on both of them before the end of this.
DRS is active, and it's going to be active down this back straightaway towards turn number 10. Does he press the button?
I can't see him going any further than that.
He's pressed the button just behind the steering wheel into the braking zone. Little lunge, and it hasn't worked out that well there either. That's a disappointment, in my opinion. They could have found something to go through. The little owl says, Synthel, I think so, and that's in reply to Synthel's question, which says, you think VK has a good shot at winning the 500. I think he does have a good shot winning the 500 as well. And I panicked thinking that was Megan, but it's not.
I was thinking it was Megan. I
Yeah.
could feel a bit of cold air.
So it's usually her. She can't hear us, though,
No,
which is
this is
thankful.
about the fact that the door's just opened.
Yeah. People were out, so maybe they're back. Anyway, back through they go then. Lap 23. This race has flown by. The entire day's flown by. And now Hughes is going to get passed by Vesti. Vesti on the inside into turn 1. Takes 7th position. Hughes down to 8th in the last points paid position. What's that blue smoke coming from Vesti? Is it from Vesti's
That's
tyre?
brakes.
Ah, yeah, brake failure.
It's brakes. It's when his brakes are now massively hot, and
Can't find a way through. And it's still holding it back. This is a thrilling race. It's not as exciting as we expected it to
I
be,
used
but
to
it's
like
good.
the old steel brakes when they used to glow.
Yeah, the steel brakes
The
glowing.
carbons
Yeah.
don't glow as much.
Well, they're glowing on the Haas cars at the moment. to be fair, and the Williams.
Yeah, but that helps
Yeah.
because this, you know,
I know what you
the
mean.
flames help magnify it.
Usually in wet weather they switch to steel brakes, don't they?
Yeah, carbons don't work as well in
Wet
in
weather,
the wet
yeah.
weather.
So they switch back to steel brakes. They do that a lot in MotoGP actually.
I was
The
just
wet
thinking that's
setup
more
is-
of a
yeah.
MotoGP thing,
MotoGP definitely. They always switch to a steel front brake, as well as
and the caliper as well.
yeah. And that's Hughes again. That's Hughes going way wide at turn 10.
Yeah, I think he knows that he's got
Tyres dead. Yeah.
his tyres are dead, so he's just.
Fittipaldi round the outside, goes nearly into the gravel in the inside turn 13 and takes it. And that's Hughes not really defending, but Fittipaldi couldn't find a straight part of the track to get through. So he's hanging to hold around the outside line.
His granddad would be proud of that.
That was a great move as well. So,
I said he would.
yeah, Enzo Fittipaldi moving up the order. And, of course, Pietro Fittipaldi. No longer in the series, is he? Oh, hang on. Oh, that's late defending as well as Hughes has dropped down the order, and Lawson trying to hold on from Armstrong. Armstrong trying to swing round the outside at turn 1. He's been shut the door, but that was a lot of aggressive defending from Liam Lawson. He moved across in the braking zone down towards turn 1.
2 more laps to go. Well, 3 actually, including
Three,
the one
yeah.
we're on.
3 laps to go, including the one we're on. 24, 25, 26. As they've just begun to slow down, 2.6 seconds. Felipe Dragovic as well, going to take another win this season. His second win of the season, I think. Another repeat winner. Oh my God, it gets me every time. Armstrong nearly went flying there, as well as Lawson went aggressive.
Well, we did
defending.
have a problem in F3 this morning that they've actually removed
They have, yeah.
some of the curbs on one of the corners because
There.
it actually launched one of the F3 cars in the air.
The problem was it was painted yellow, the same as the Pirelli branding. So the drivers couldn't see it, and they were just hitting it and not expecting it. So they just launched up in the air, as you say. So yeah, looks goes through. Just quickly as well, the Little Owl says, I think Rosenquist is a good shout to win the 500. And okay, this is minus 41 people timing screens with 2 people speaking. So 41 people watching right now, Megan and Matt, with only a timing screen working. And the driver tracker will be back soon as well. Once I get back to that commentary box in around about 2 laps time. Me and Megan will be back with Matthew Owens as well. I've only been away for about an hour actually, so that's not too bad at all. And Matt's taking us through who's lost the positions and hopefully TV pictures.
And in the football, Sunderland were winning Wickham 1-0
Yes,
last time I
yeah.
heard.
I think I've worked out. Oh, and Jake Hughes in the pit lane. So Hughes has said, that's it for me. I'm diving into the pit lane, changing the tyres. You are allowed to do that in the sprint race. It's just it's not mandatory to change
Anymore.
tyres. Yeah, it's not mandatory anymore. Sprint. The feature race tomorrow will be a mandatory pit stop race where you've got to use the 2 tyre compounds.
Yeah, it used to be the rule that you could only change them when it wasn't mandatory
Yeah.
if there was something wrong with them.
Yeah, like a puncture or
Yes.
something. Unless he can prove he's got a slow puncture.
And then you couldn't change all of them.
Yeah, only the one for a same tyre life length as well. But now they're going to change all 4 for safety reasons, they could argue. Penultimate lap, and now Cordial passes Hughes as well, so they move over positions and lose out on time. Lap 25, and yellow is out in the second sector, and they've gone green now, and that would have been round
It's
about
just
here.
an off and on. If we had a driver tracker.
Oh, it's Novalak. Novalak. He was off at turn 8. He went through the old part of the chicane. So Clement Novalak has dropped down to 14th position. That's where he went. And yeah, if we had a driver tracker, this would be easier. This is the same part of the track. So out of the chicane. Now turn 9 is Campser. Turns in, loses the rear. Oh, he saved that 1.5, and he saved it again.
Yeah, it's a bit like rallying the way he was using his steering wheel to get out of that one.
Onto the extreme old part of the track that is not used anymore. Oh, and Jake Hughes is out of the race. So it must have been a more terminal issue rather than tyre failure. That's kept him out. And the Little Owl says, yeah, it's confirmed that Sunderland are promoted to the championship with a 2-0 over Wycombe Wanderers.
Oh.
Had to take a second to read that because I'm not wearing my glasses because they're in the box as well. So well done to Sunderland. Last lap the call though for the Formula 2 sprint race here for the Spanish Grand Prix. And Nizani's passed Williams as well. And that is Clement Novalak slipping back in the field. Nizani's catching him up there as well. Further back. So Roy Nizani, who had that spin earlier, is going to go through. You can tell he's had problems in the field today. 60 people are now watching a timing screen. That's insane. 60 people are watching the timing screen with Megan and Matt in a second. And I'm going to go and talk to them. That's insane.
That's good.
That's brilliant. And I'm not even in it. The biggest stream and I'm not in it.
Yeah, but it's the pull of Megan.
The pull of Megan, yeah. And Matt as well as commentating. And we've got no TV pictures. And I can't believe that as well. They come through into the last corner then. A brilliant win, the second of the year. Felipe Drugovich, 4th to 1st. He wins the sprint race here at Barcelona. Ashua will finish in 2nd position. Logan Sargent comes home a very impressive 3rd on the road. Drugovich will be 4th. Portier takes the flag in 5th, and Doohan comes home 6th. Vesti will be in 7th place as well. Fittipaldi 8th, Lawson 9th, and Armstrong the last points paying position in 10th. After that, it'll be Richard Verschoor, Dennis Hauger, Caldwell, Novalak, Nizani, Williams, Sato, Bollock Bassi, Cordial, Hughes, and out of the race was Yuri Vips as well. Hughes gets counted as completing 90% of the race distance as well. But it is Felipe Drugovich who takes a 2nd win of the season here for the F2 sprint race. Right, we're going to go off here now. Dad, how was that sprint race? It was actually all right.
That was not too bad, actually.
Yeah.
You know.
Best one of the day so far, I think. As well, that was a good result. Right, my thanks to all of you joining us. I'm going to head back to the box now and save Megan and Matt. We'll be back tomorrow for the F2 feature and the F2 sprint. Thanks. So we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for your company. It is Felipe Drugovich, the winner. Bye for now.